Big update coming in on Mahua Moitra, one of those expelled MPs who puts out on Twitter as she takes a jibe at the government saying Adani stakeholders will be meeting in the parliament next. This is precisely her words, saying that a total of 141 opposition MPs have been suspended. Next, Adani annual shareholders meeting will be held in the Lok Sabha chamber. Mahua Moitra, who was suspended or rather expelled from the Parliament, the Lok Sabha, over the cash for query case. She now puts out a tweet mocking the developments in the Parliament where 141 MPs have been suspended in a historic move. She says next Adani annual stake shareholders meeting will be held inside the Lok Sabha chamber. Palmi Saha with us for more on that. Palmi, go on. Mahua Moitra, as she observes these developments, takes a jibe on the X platform saying Adani annual shareholders meet next inside Lok Sabha chamber.
Well, Mahua Moitra, of course, is one of the expelled members of parliament. You know, the opposition's argument has been that if Mahua Moitra allegedly compromised national security by sharing her login credentials with a businessman, how come BJP Member of Parliament Pratap Simha has nothing to answer for? No action has been taken against him by the Speaker's office or even the Bharatiya Janata Party after he issued visitor gallery passes for those who intruded into Parliament on December 13. So is the yardstick completely different? Wasn't that compromising of national security? Parliament, which is the temple of democracy, one of our highest houses, was compromised on that very day. And Pratap Simha, who was responsible for facilitating it, they say, was in fact not even pulled up by the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Speaker's office. So why these two yardsticks? So Mahua Moitra, of course, continues to stand with the members of Parliament who have been suspended now for unruly scenes inside Parliament. They, of course, say that, you know, we're just raising legitimate questions. We're demanding answers from the Home Minister, under whose purview security, internal security comes, and hence we think it's absolutely pertinent that he come to the House and tell us what has been found in terms of the investigation, those details that he's privy to that he can share, of course, in the public domain, because we do understand it's a very sensitive matter, but those details that he could share and what the government is doing in order to ensure that Parliament remains secure. How are we wrong in seeking a response from, the individual, the person, the minister, who's in fact, who in fact is to look after internal security? But the government's response is very simple, that when it comes to Parliament security, it comes under the purview of the Lok Sabha Speaker. The Lok Sabha Speaker is responsible for the same, and he's made several suo motu statements already in the House concerning the same. He's willing to, in fact, he's gone ahead. He's formed a high-powered committee as well. Delhi police investigation is underway at the moment, but a high-powered committee to look into and review aspects of Parliament security. And when that report, which is being prepared by the CRPF DG right now, the committee which has been formed under the leadership of the CRPF DG, when that report is prepared, it will be handed over to the Speaker, and the Speaker will be then putting it in the House. He will be presenting it to the House, because every parliamentarian is, of course, entitled to know the details of that report. But that will happen through the Speaker's hands, because he's responsible for Parliament security and not the Home Minister.
Right, Palmi, thanks very much. Well, here are 141 MPs who've been suspended from both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. That's exactly what Mahua Moitra is taking a jibe over. But if I could give you a quick look at the strength of the House, both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, and the number of suspended MPs. It's shocking. Certainly in history, for the first time, we're looking at these numbers. Giving you a quick look at what the Rajya Sabha strength looks like. It's got a total of 245 MPs, of which the NDA has 109 MPs in the Rajya Sabha. The opposition has 95 MPs, and other parties collectively who are 41. But the suspended MPs in the opposition now stands at 46. So this is what Rajya Sabha looks like, with 46 MPs who have been suspended from the Rajya Sabha. Here's the strength of the Lok Sabha, the House of Representatives, where we see 543 as the strength of the Lok Sabha, while NDA has a brute majority with 353 as their numbers, and opposition MPs are about 133, while the other parties are about 57. Now, the total number of MPs who are suspended from the Lok Sabha stands at 87. So, where we see here, the India Alliance at least loses 1/3 of its MPs from the Lok Sabha. Now, 141, sheer numbers makes it for the first time in history that these MPs who have been suspended, the sheer numbers in one day's time have been suspended from both houses, and also not just for an hour or for the day, for the remainder of the winter session.